It was a typical day in the life of a newborn baby. The baby had just woken up from a nap and was lying on the bed, cooing and gurgling, while its mother changed its diaper. Suddenly, the baby made a strange noise, a low, rumbling sound that seemed to come from deep within its tiny body. The baby looked around, confused, as if wondering where the sound had come from. At first, the mother didn't pay much attention to the noise. After all, babies make all kinds of strange sounds and noises as they explore the world around them. But then, the baby did something that caught the mother's attention. It lifted its little bottom off the bed and pushed with all its might. And then, it happened. A loud, unmistakable fart ripped through the air. The baby was stunned. It had never felt anything like this before. It looked down at its bottom, as if wondering what had just happened. And then, it happened again, another loud fart, followed by a little puff of air. The baby was scared. It didn't know what was happening to it. It had never experienced anything like this before. The mother, on the other hand, was amused. She had seen this before with her older children. She knew that babies often get scared when they fart for the first time. She picked up the baby and held it close, whispering soothing words in its ear. "It's okay, baby. You're just passing gas. It's perfectly normal." The baby calmed down a bit, but it still looked bewildered. It didn't understand why its body was doing this. It had never felt anything like this before. It tried to move around a bit, but every time it did, it felt the strange sensation in its bottom. And then, it happened again, another fart, louder than the last. The baby looked up at its mother, as if to say, "What is happening to me?" The mother smiled and explained, "When we eat, our bodies break down the food and create gas. Sometimes, that gas needs to escape, and it comes out as a fart. It's perfectly normal, baby. Everyone does it." The baby looked at its mother, as if trying to understand what she was saying. And then, it happened again, another loud fart, followed by a little puff of air. This time, the baby didn't seem quite as scared. It was starting to get used to the strange sensation in its bottom. As the day wore on, the baby farted more and more. Each time, it seemed a little less scared and a little more curious. It started to experiment with different positions, pushing its little bottom up into the air and wriggling around, trying to figure out how to make the farts come out. And then, something amazing happened. The baby let out a huge fart, so loud and powerful that it startled even its mother. The baby looked up at its mother, as if to say, "Did you hear that?" The mother laughed and said, "Wow, baby. That was a big one." From that moment on, the baby was fascinated by farts. It giggled and cooed every time it let one out, as if it had discovered a new toy. And every time it happened, the mother smiled and said, "Good."